back with more analysis because Gino is not really back, he never left, but he has continued playing. He has retaken his place on the third place on the leaderboard. And not only that, he has continued. So he has improved his time even more, and we are now looking at his run with the improved time. And I watched all the videos he has on Amorphous, and it's so interesting to see his improvement. You realize that he is getting he has gotten very good routines. Like he always gets Blade Master after getting Pacifist first. So now he's looking for the combos. You can see that he quickly spots situations where he can get the combo, and he gets combos more easily than he used to. I feel like that's the most obvious way to see that he has improved. But you can also see different things that in different difficult situations he's now better at positioning and other things as well. And also you can see that he has and there are certain situations where he identifies that he has to go for a certain strategy. So it's very nice to see. So this is the improved time, and I will not say what time it is, but you will see by the end. His initial goal was to retake third, but now he's thinking more like, oh, maybe it's possible to get a sub 10. So it's very interesting to see because it's not so easy. Now he has an amalgam, and by looking at these runs, I start feeling like amalgams show up so early, and they do show up very early sometimes. But as you can see, he has gotten much better at dealing with amalgams. Also interesting, he does not try to get clean shave as often as he used to, because it is a very unreliable award. If in certain situations it's easier to get triple, to get so many fossil kills that you get an award for that instead of shaving the same fossil 3 times. The good thing about clean shave is that it's less work than triple. It does take less time if you are lucky and get it. Um, yeah, because you just swing at the fossil a couple of times and then you leave it be, and you can do other things. So clean shave is sort of easier to combine with with other awards. And triple is more work, but it's also more reliable in a way. He was lucky here to get the gray, and he killed it efficiently. Ah, yes. And we can see that he has gotten all the way to Frosties, which is very good. Frosties give you at least 2 awards, right? And you're likely to get to 3 awards. And now he has torches as well. Torches give him many awards. So this is a very a good run because he has survived for a solo. He was lucky to get preventative measures there, which is great always. It often comes as a bonus, not something you try to aim for. And he's also getting this very free, not free, but like open grinder. Oof. And you can see that he took a wrong turn here. He has been playing very well, and like there are always things to point out, but maybe this one especially. Of course, it's super difficult to think about these things in a speedrun because there are so many things to think about. But like this, I think like this is very clear. You should not turn towards the torchy and then allow the fossil to jump that way. Actually, in many cases, you should just let the torch. You should just let the fossil jump off screen. Like it's so easy to kill fossils, really. Not with your sword, but with the screen. If you go this way, then this one will turn angrily, and then it will jump, and it will exit and despawn. And it's so easy to kill fossils like this. And you don't get any credit for it, of course, but you get rid of it. And often when you're speedrunning, there are so many things to think about, and you have like 3 different awards you could be getting, right? You could start shaving this puzzle. You could start getting firefighter. You could try to extinguish the torch and get diffuse. I think he has that one already, but getting the kill is good. You could like go into the goop and work towards dirty job, maybe. Like there are always many things you can do, but you cannot do all of it. So you have to pick something, and often, like a fossil, you can find more fossils. So often, if there is other stuff going on, you can just make the fossil jump off screen. And making a fossil jump off screen is super easy. They do it by accident so often. If you try to do it intentionally, you will find that it's very easy to make a fossil jump off screen. So it dies to this one, unfortunately. But it has so many awards on, we cannot exit immediately. This is a very interesting situation. Okay, so now, so let's look at what, because the question is now, what should he do? And I, this is so interesting, and I feel like I say it a lot. This is so interesting because he has never been at this pace before, and it's super difficult because if you have never been at the pace before, then you don't know what's a good choice. If you look at the awards now, as we see, getting more of these or more of these, it's very difficult because it takes a long time. He can expect to get at least like 4 combo, right? So that's one, and then this one and this one. So we're up to 3 awards now, and these two probably. So that's 5 awards that he's likely to get without much work. On this row, if you want a sub 10, you'll probably not get any of these. Maybe one of them. But so far we have 5 awards that you will get quite easily. Then jackpot you could get 6. 7, this one is easy. Clean shave maybe, that's 8. No, not you list. That's 8 with clean shave. And this one, yeah, it's impressionist. If you know the impressionist bug and have tried to use it before, then this is not so difficult. So I will count this as 9. 9 awards that he can rely we can expect him to get if he is prepared to do it. And here we have demolition, which you can get if you are already in the mindset of, oh, in this situation I can get a grenade in order to more easily get the demolition. Then you can quite reliably get this one. So that's 10 awards. Burn ward actually shows up surprisingly often. So I'll count that one to 11. And then accident prone and dirty job. These two are easy if he already has done work towards them. I don't remember how much he has bumped into stuff. I don't remember how much goop he has stepped into. But assuming he did some of it in the beginning, then these two are not so difficult. So we're up to 11, I think. Friendly it's a bit difficult. But if we are at 11 now, 11 that are quite reliable, then we are only up to 51 awards, which is a bit of a problem. So there's something, right? There's something difficult going on here. The problem is that he does not have these points and survival. And also we only counted one more combo award. So this is 51. It's not so easy. If you instead assume, okay, maybe he gets friendly, or farms clutters in a different way, and he gets like up to a 6 or 7 combo, then that's 3 or 4 more awards here. That would make his job a lot easier. So much easier, because then he would not have to get all of these, like demolition and impressionist and friendly and burn ward and jackpot. Like, you don't want to be forced to get many of these. because then you're likely to die and not um yeah, it doesn't work. Um, so it's difficult to say what's the best play now. I think he needs a big combo, really. I think that's very important. Or he could play for 5 or 7 more minutes, and if that's one long bounty run, then he will get many points. But if he goes into hardcore mode now, then it will be difficult to get to that point. You want to do hardcore because instinctively that feels like the fastest thing to do, and that is the fastest way to get many awards. But if you want 15 awards, maybe you actually need to not do hardcore. But it's very difficult to say. Maybe not. I mean, he this is a very good run, and he does choose hardcore, so might be that hardcore is the best choice. Let's see how it goes. Uh, you don't have his audio right now. I will link the video to you, but I can say that he is at this point quite stressed. Like he knows it's a very good pace, and it's very difficult to find out to see what he should be doing really. Like um, you could list up many things he wants to get, and yeah, like he's getting a dirt job now. He's working accident prone. It's very good. He's getting friendly maybe. The melty is scary, but it works out. Ah, but the torchy, unfortunately. Interesting thing here, then you're bogged down with clutters and you're on fire and you just cannot move for some reason. Maybe it's the same reason as why you cannot move when you're on fire running into a wall. And by the wall, I mean the edge of the screen. Oh, different thing, which is not so easy to, uh, like it's not something you realize immediately. Is that, oh, that was nice. A different thing is that when you're running fast, then you have had less time to learn which awards you have, if that makes sense. I feel like in faster runs, there's so much happening in so little time. You're getting so many awards in so little time. It's very difficult to remember what awards you have and which ones you don't. Oof. But at this point, like after you died one time, you feel like the run has to be over soon because you are after dying, you are sort of running out of gas. So at this point, uh, needing to get 10 more awards, it feels heavy. And he's surprised now realizing that his biggest combo is 4. Maybe at this point, at least, he should realize that, oh, he needs to get more combo. But I'm not sure. Uh, I feel like he can do more work in like learning how to set up a big combo. Um, he gets 2 clutters here, and this is interesting. What's the best way to get a big combo? Because he already has friendly, and it's very scary to get bogged down like that. But there are different things you can do. You can just get one projectile onto you, and then dodge the others while you shake it off. Get one more onto you, shake it off, get one, shake it off, and that way you can farm up clutters without committing to being fully bogged down. Or you could even just kill each of these 2 clutters and let the small ones grow up. And then in a minute or so, you will have more clutters, and then maybe you can get a big combo. So there are like 3 different ways of farming clutters in glitchless. And at this point, he actually has 4 clutters, but there's a multi and a frosty, so it's complicated. If you have 4 clutters, that's good. A good Well, it's a good basis for a big combo, but of course, this specific situation is very difficult. But also when you have, I feel like I think I want to make a video on clutters. They are very interesting. But as we see in this situation with all the complications, it's very difficult to get a big combo. So I'll be skipping some parts of the run because otherwise this video will be very long. Um, and it's interesting to see it because he's just not used to this pace. At this point, he got accent pro, which is nice. Pretty good. Oi, oi, oi. This is actually a great situation, but he gets hit a lot. So, okay, this is excellent, really. This is something to talk about. Uh, this point, in this moment, is very, it's so understandable that he is stressed about this biter, which just spawned next to him, jumped towards him, he dodges, very good. It ends up with this clutter shooting at him, and he gets hit. But that's a very understandable, very, a very understandable mistake. Uh, in situations like this, you definitely do not want to get hit by clutters. When you are bogged down by clutters, you want to shake them off, of course, but more important is that you do not get hit more. He swings at the biter, and I feel like he could have, oh, he could have just ignored this biter, because taking a swing takes like a whole second or something. Dodging it takes less than that, and then you get some time to spin around and get rid of the clutter. That's a small optimization, but of course it's difficult. And now he wants to shake to get rid of the clutters, and he dodges two of them, very good. But there are many of them, and he gets hit by this one. He runs into the goop. That's very unfortunate. And with two projectiles and goop, he cannot really dodge anything, not even that gloople. Does get dirty job, very nice. And the biter misses him, so he's still alive, but he desperately needs to dodge those shots. Oh, and then after dodging, he needs to get rid of the projectiles already on him. So I feel like his death here is very understandable. It's a very difficult situation. It's a very stressful situation. But it also shows that in a situation like this, most important is to dodge the shots. If you have one clutter, like he got one clutter on him in the very start, right, when the biter was jumping at him, and he killed the biter. Yes, he killed the biter, and then this shot hit him. If this was the only shot that hit him, he would be fine. You can dodge almost anything with one clutter on you. It's difficult, but you can do it. And he had the time to get rid of it on the way. But the issue is that with all the stress and stuff, the mind cannot think about all of these things and also look at 5 different clutters at the same time. So it's very difficult. At the same time, I've seen him have the same issue multiple times. That he wants to get rid of the projectiles that have hit him, and by doing so, he does not dodge all the other projectiles. So that could be something to improve on. Um, I feel like the way he's playing now, he's sort of playing uh, with the goal of playing for 12 minutes or so. I don't know, but like he's not the way he has been playing from like the 4 minute mark is not, I think, how you should play if you want to get a sub 10. But I feel like the way he's playing is the way he has practiced playing, which is, of course, that's how life works, and that's what you should do. You should do the things you have practiced. But Thing is that he's now in a new situation that he has not been in before. So he ends up with a very good run, a huge improvement. Ooh, yeah, that's okay. Doesn't matter much. He ends up with a huge improvement. It's excellent. Great progression. And at this point, he has to learn how to deal with the very fast pace, like getting 40 awards in 4 minutes. Excellent pace. But it makes for a very different run, where you get different awards than you usually do. So it's a very interesting situation in my mind. Let's see, yeah. I remember I talked about this th same thing. Hang on, I'm back, and I did not find the video I was thinking about, but I remember doing completionist runs, probably multiple years ago now. And at some point, I got like a 50-minute run or something, and I realized that I would have to play differently because you don't get like the strategies change as the time gets faster, and it's so interesting because it's like it renews the thing you're doing. I unchecked what is his final award. Very funny, his run was retimed to 11 minutes and 0.0033 seconds. So it's a great run. You can see from his awards here, he did get two more combo awards. And then, oh, I don't remember if he got more of these, probably. I would assume so. And he got four awards here. Actually, I prepared something, a PowerPoint thing. Here we can see the award spread made by Serve when he did his 12:48, which was initially the time that Gino wanted to beat in order to reclaim his third place. I've written these numbers here, which almost correspond to the number of awards in each row. He has 13 awards on the first row. On this row, he has 10 awards if you remove preventative measures. I want to move preventative measures down to the bottom row because it fits more in there. So in the first row, you have the awards that you get for killing individual gloopals, and you get more of these if you're lucky and get an amalgam, for example. Then you get more of these by surviving for a long time because you encounter new gloopals. On this row, we count the combos and the number of points in a single swing. In this row, it's mostly number of deaths, unique deaths, and then how much time you played. In this row, you get point total and bounty run survival, very important. In this row, in the fifth row, we have all of the awards you get from killing many of each gloopal. So you can see that Serve killed many Inkies and Frosties and Torches. 3 awards. In the bottom two are all of the extra awards, like Picky and Pacifist and Blade Master and Impressionist, all of the weird awards that don't fit in anywhere else. And I've chosen to also count preventative measures here, so that in these two rows, there's actually Serve only got 16 awards, but I gave him 17 because he has preventative measures. So, let's see. Gino's run that he did here with at 11 minutes and 0 seconds. He got this spread. So he got the same number of awards on the first row. He lacked one here. I think it's the Usul, but he got a gray instead. Which is very funny. Often you want to get a gray so that you can get the Usul later, but maybe you don't get the Usul, like in this case. On this row, you can see that by the combos and point total by, or like number of points in single swing, got 10 awards, which is also the same as Serve got. And in this one, he got one more than Serve. He got, which one was that? 10 deaths. So in my opinion, Serve probably could have saved a bit of time by exiting, unlocking the grenade, and then getting 10 deaths at some point. Maybe, I don't remember, but maybe. So Gino has one more in this row, and he also has one more in this row, which means that he probably survived for a bit longer than Serve did. He only has 2 awards in this row, so one less than Serve, which makes sense because you don't have much time to get these awards when you have less time to work with. And in the extra awards, he got one fewer bonus award, which is counteracted by getting more of the above. And the trend that we see, and we don't see it yet, but we will see it, the trend that you will see if you look at many Amorphs Plus speedruns, is that for a better time, you need to get a big combo, you need to get many points, you need to survive for a long time. Which is, as we saw earlier, kind of the difference between this one and then Bina's MechBeast run. Because MechBeast was at about the same pace with 40 awards after 4 minutes, but she was still alive, so she could get more of these, so that she didn't have to get as many of these bottom 3 rows. If you look at her award spread, I crossed out this one because she got it after this award was her 56th award, so it's not necessary. She got the same number on the top row, which just shows us that after a certain point you don't get really many more globals, even though she survived for a minute longer in bounce run. She got one more on this row, and I think that's a combo. Yeah. She got only one award here because she didn't die much. And of course, when you don't, to save time, you have to not die much. If you don't die much, then you don't get these awards, so you have to get other awards instead. It's a bit frustrating. It's a conundrum of sorts. So she has 3 fewer awards on this row, which she makes up by surviving for a long time and then getting a lot of points. So on this row, which is entirely tied to survival, she has 4 more awards. And then because the run is 3 minutes faster, she has 1 less awards on this row. Actually getting 1 of these awards in 8 minutes, I think it's very good. I think it's difficult to get any of these awards if you're going for a sub 10. And then out of the bonus awards, she has 1 fewer. She did get Impressionist. I think with the Impressionist bug. Most runs with Impressionist use the bug. Almost every, I think. But she did get 1 fewer of the extra awards, which is interesting because I feel like intuitively you think that the good players they get all these tricky awards, but no, it's more like the good players survive for a long time, so that they don't have to get these tricky awards. These awards, the bonus awards, many of them are irrelevant, or you can get them very quickly, but there is a risk involved. These on the 4th row are more like you have to be very consistent, and then will get these almost by not doing anything because you're just surviving. You get these by surviving, and while you are surviving, you can do other things. Not too many things, because if you do too many of these extra things, then you will die. But by surviving, you get so many awards. In this case, MechBeast has 4 more awards in this 4th row. And that's the trend we see, that as the time gets shorter, you get more awards on the 4th row and on the 2nd row, and then fewer on the 3rd row because you don't die as much, and especially on the 5th row because you don't have time to kill 30 inkies, so what the number is. So it's very interesting, and also interesting to see most people get more or less the same number of extra awards, which is so funny because we often think so much about this. Oh, I have to get accident prone. Oh, I have to work towards getting dirty job. Oh, I have to remember to get jackpot, and I have to, oh, I can take this risk and get burn board. These take up so much headspace, and we all end up getting more or less the same number of these awards. At the same time, the real issue, I think, is in the fourth row, surviving and then getting many points. So congratulations to Gino. This is a great time. 11:03. It's a very solid third place. Serb is still at 12:48. I believe he will at some point attempt to retake his third place, even if he is not doing it right now. I believe he will look at it at some point. So I'm looking forward to it, and I do hope that tries to get a sub 10. It looks reasonable, right? It's not far off, definitely. But it's I feel like now it's more survival. He is getting so good at like the speedrun aspect of it, knowing which strategies you can go for, remembering which awards you have collected and which you can look for. So I think the consistency is where the potential lies. Anyway, yeah. So that's it. Good luck.